I just get the feeling that Sean Combs isn't that cool of a. He's not he's not that swell of a dude.
Of course, this isn't the first time, but then you're like, well, what if it is?
Yeah.
And what if they were coming to tell the girl that to not hook up with the guy? So it's like, I just wanted to teach her to not do this. And you're like, maybe they just wanted to tell her.
Maybe he was telling her that this was dangerous.
Yes, he just wanted to teach her a valuable lesson. Like, you could be dead right now. Hello, my stannies, fannies, or fannies, my shouldies, woodies, coodies. I am here with an excellent episode. This is Anniewood, and it's episode 133, and we have the hilarious Yannis Pappas on the podcast. How exciting. Yannis and I go way back. We actually didn't even really talk about our history that much together, but there was just too much to say before that. So enjoy this episode. He's so hilarious. He has a special coming out on the 1st of June. I can't wait for it. His last special was freaking hilarious, and most specials aren't. So if I'm saying that, I really mean it. So I'm really excited for you guys to get to know him or get to know more and enjoy this episode. You can see the uncensored, unedited, extended episode on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Annie Lederman, and you can see me live on the road. You know I love doing stand-up. You know I love my meet and greets. I love meeting you guys. I love performing for you guys. And I like to cultivate a hang. This very weekend, tonight, actually, I'll be in Naples, Florida. If you're there, I don't know how many retirees I have on this. Come see me at Naples at Off the Hook Comedy Club. Todd's going to be with me. And then this is Todd's birthday weekend. We're going to be in Tampa at one of our favorite venues, Side Splitters. And we just have the best time there. So please come see us. That's in Tampa. Come see us. Please, God. We can't wait. And then June 8th, I'm doing one night only in Huntington Beach, California. And then June 17th, we have the next Anniewood and Friends, which is going to be an absolute banger. Then in July, you can see my next Anniewood and Friends, July 15th. Then August 7th through 9th, I'm going to be back in Arizona and Phoenix at the Desert Ridge Improv. Then you can see me one night only August 10th in Tucson, Arizona. Maybe there's a friend that lives out there. I'll be in Bakersfield, California, August 23rd. September 25th and 27th, I'm going to be in Calgary. I can't wait to come back to Canada. You know, I love it there. And then October 3rd and 4th, I'll be in Seattle, Washington, another one of my favorites. And then I'm coming to New Jersey, October 17th and 18th at Point Pleasant. And November 14th and 15th, I'll be in New Orleans for Skankfest, baby. We got a lot more dates being added. You can always go to my Instagram. You can go to Punch Up Live, or you can go to AnnieLetterman.com to find those shows. I can't wait to see you. We've also just started doing video on Spotify, which is going great. So if you are watching on Spotify, give us a shout out, comment below, and let us know you're here. Things are going places. We can't wait to enjoy it with you. All right, bye, guys.
Welcome to Anniewood.
All right.
Oh, you guys, welcome to Anniewood episode 132. We're 33.
32.
32.
Dude.
We got Yanni Poppy over here, Yannis Pappas.
Yeah, and your dog.
And Randy, who's just,
Big.
he just needs 2 more inches of hair and penis.
Little penis.
But Yannis is in town. He's doing the rounds.
I'm doing the rounds. I'm doing the rounds. I'm doing the text. Can I come over and can we monetize our conversation?
Can we
rounds?
please save it? And then you try to talk out of something.
Yeah.
Save it. Or the beforehand gossip.
Yeah. That's what I'm teaching my daughters now. Don't have a conversation with anyone unless it's sponsored by BetterHelp.
No, this is great. Oh, BetterHelp for kids.
Yeah, BetterHelp for kids.
BetterHelp. And the P is backwards. And help.
Pretty soon they'll be able to advertise in the womb. That's what's going to happen.
Well, actually, your daughters can probably be therapists on BetterHelp.
Yeah.
They could be given the service.
Yeah, I think they take anyone there.
It's really a good thing.
Yeah.
Doug Stanhope did a thing where he called up a BetterHelp therapist, and he just started telling her like real things that had happened, but they make him sound schizophrenic. He's like, yeah, I went on Johnny Depp Has a Private Island. I got naked on there. And he'll just like say these things. And the lady's like, well, that is great for you. And she's so encouraging, but he sounds like he's going to like take a gun to a mall.
He was like, I went to the Ukraine and fired missiles into Russia. And I wrote my mom's name on one of them. And it's all things that he actually did.
He actually did do, yeah. But it was pretty funny. He exposed it right quick.
Yeah.
I think they're just like life coaches.
Yeah, I think they're just other people creating content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like we're getting on a screen here. I'm in my living room, and we're just you're paying me, and I'm going to sit here and listen to you and talk. And the company's going to record the whole thing and take your information
and they're
and
going to
sell
it to everyone. They're going to sell. I mean, not that I haven't told like my AIs everything about my life, But okay, so if you could have another like internet, let's say there's no Giannis, there's no Mauricia, you have no history of yourself online. You're going in and you're going, I just want to make money. I don't need to entertain. I don't need to do anything. What are you doing?
Feet model.
What model? Okay.
OnlyFans. I got nice guy feet. It's an underrated, underserved market.
I know, and they're not too big. They're not too small.
No. And
They're
the
a good
toes, the
size.
symmetry's good. Hands. I've been told my hands are really
yeah,
good.
Todd has good hands too. You both have very good hands.
Really good hands.
It's the nails. You gotta keep
It
the
is
nails.
a
Yeah.
cute thing for boys because you guys aren't like.
Well,
I would never be like, look at these two gay guys. Like you guys read straight to me.
Well, it's just because we were born. I think if you're born, well, how old is he?
31.
31.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Next week.
Next week.
So, he's 30. So he's fully straight because I think a younger generation, they're all a little,
Gay.
feminine, whatever, which isn't a bad thing. I think there may be more. That doesn't mean they're not tough or anything. I think they're just more okay with
They're wearing makeup and
Yeah.
nail polish. It is funny how gay you realize Big J Okerson has always been. Big J's just always been that type of gay
Yeah.
that all the kids have now stolen.
Yeah, exactly. He was before his time. He's got his nails are painted.
Oh, I know. They
Yeah.
just stole from him.
Yeah,
Remember the low pone he had for so long?
yeah,
The chain wallet.
yeah. He's committed to the one leg up too.
I know. He
He's
does still have
committed
it.
to that.
Wasn't that because you were riding a bike? It's like there's no bike.
There's no bike. Also, it's winter.
It's winter.
Yeah,
You're
in
one,
Europe.
and he's got a skinny kind of feminine calf.
Yeah, he does.
He has a very svelte, ladylike, beautiful calf that just doesn't grow a lot of hair either.
He's top heavy. He is top heavy. It's different body from waist up and down and waist down. It looks like two different people.
I know, and he is masculine. I have seen him tongue kiss Louis J. Gomez so many times, though. It's like kind of crazy.
Yeah,
They love a bit that ends up with them like fucking each other. Or
yeah. It ends with
rubbing on each other. Or
Yeah.
something. One of them shoving something up each other's ass.
yeah. The N-word, a black baby. It's gonna happen on the skanks.
I know.
That's where you're headed. That's where the road's taking
How
you.
is there no black baby of the
There
skanks?
there should
One
be.
of them should have knocked up one black.
They
There
need to
should be
have
at
a
least a
leg, yeah.
half black kid.
one of the episodes I was on was titled "To Reach," and thankfully that was the one time I was happy for YouTube censorship. They took it down, and I was like, "Thank you."
They are really wild. It is funny. It was funny. I liked when they got in a fight with Jeselnik too.
Yeah, that's funny.
Fighting with Jeselnik's pretty fun right
Yeah.
now.
They're also like a fun trio. It's like a fun trio. This guy, you got Lewis. It's like the entrepreneur,
Which is isn't that so
Yeah.
weird? He's the brains behind the
the
business.
Puerto
And
Rican.
he's killing it.
Yeah, he's got the life story
Story
of Batman. His parents
Yes.
are dead,
Dad stabbed to death. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the most Puerto Rican story.
and then the other guy's a thought leader now.
It's
and then
so
Jay-
funny. It's so
And then they
funny.
come together and they're just like they do wild comedy. It's a great time. We're all like little warlords
Yeah.
of comedy now. It's like the industry was like, the dictatorship, and then the internet was like the American military coup that came and broke it up.
Yeah.
And now the void's being filled just with these warlords.
Yes.
Everyone's
and-
got their own fiefdom.
But
And,
then there's the tires where they're sneaking back in. There's these hybrids where like both industry and are
Yeah.
kind of going together, but I don't know what's going to happen with that.
are you talking about like the Amy Polars who are
I'm just saying how like, no, they're giving like Shane a show on Netflix. Like they're doing things where they're trying to like, I don't know where David Spade and Theo's
Kill
movie's
Tony
gonna
on
go.
Netflix.
Yeah.
It's like they're doing a weird thing where I'm like, I don't think you guys get to have this.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to work
Yeah.
from the fans' perspective. They're like,
Right.
we don't like it on here.
Well, they're
We-
also so used to hearing everyone talk and be themselves that when we start acting, they're like, this is like gay.
Yeah.
But the
Yay.
weird thing is that Netflix now is like less censored than YouTube. YouTube is like
YouTube
way
is
more
so
censored and way
weird.
more annoying.
I don't
So
know.
Netflix is now like the new like. Say
Well, we
whatever
were
you
watching
want.
something about how everyone has to like talk and Randy.
No, it's fine.
I know,
romantic.
This
it's
is
so
great.
crazy.
I wish I had Randy with me for every
He's such a
podcast.
cute boy.
So
He's an
fun to have a
emotional
dog.
support dog.
Yeah. Well, we just got remonetized. The History Hyenas just got remonetized. So I don't know if Netflix is worse. We just got our channel back.
Really?
Yeah.
And because you
And we
guys
may
were
lose
doing
it
only Patreon for a while.
No, we've been
I thought you were doing only Patreon, and I was like, "What the f- is that?" I literally
No.
was like, I was like, I trust whatever you guys are doing, but
Yeah.
I thought you guys were like, we're coming back only on Patreon, and I was like, okay.
No, we're back full up everywhere.
And everyone's so excited.
Yeah, but we have a Patreon as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's sweet. Obviously,
Yeah,
need
you gotta have a
Patreon.
Patreon.
Now, yeah, you guys, I think you were good when you had your hiatus from each other.
Yeah,
I
it was
never
the
felt-
vaccine.
What's that?
It was the vaccine that
It was
did
the
it.
vaccine, but I
Yeah.
never felt I had to pick a side. I never
No.
felt everyone was cool.
It was cool.
You could poke and tease. Nobody got mad.
Yeah, man, we were fine. We were
Everyone
totally
was
fine.
cute.
We took a little 3.5-year break. And
Chris sold 17 houses in that 3 years.
he lives like a Mongolian, like kind of just with the different pastures and the seasons, and he follows the animals.
Well, he's Asian. He gets to go to both.
Yeah. What kind of Asian are you?
Laotian. My mom's
Wow.
from Laos.
Isn't
Yeah,
that cool?
Wow.
yeah. From King of the Hill. Like the only
Yeah.
Laotian character.
Well,
in
he
any
knows
TV show.
history, so he knows that you guys got fucked up.
Yeah. Are you allowed to do a Laotian accent? Like on TV, would you get pissed? Or is it like very hurry? Like, don't do
No,
it?
it's very like
high.
Vietnamese.
It
type.
sounds like better.
Yeah, it's like bong bong ding dong dong. It's like a lot like that.
You guys got it's like sandwiches with carrots too, carrot strips, or what's
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get him a
no,
banh
we
mi
do
and
like
shit.
larb. You ever
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
that
the
larb?
larb
That's like the
is-
best. That's
Yeah.
like my favorite.
And then his mom just cooks. His mom's.
Yeah, she eats all of it.
what are you?
I am.
She's like German.
I'm German, Ashkenazi Jew.
Wow.
Cute mix, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Internal conflict.
Yeah.
And I'm like British, and people speak Russian to me a lot, but I don't think there is like Russian. There's a little bit of Irish.
Is that even your twin? Because you guys don't even look.
We
that
don't
much
really
alike.
look that much
Could
alike.
all be a lie.
Here.
Oh god. Oh my
I don't care. it doesn't
god. What
matter.
was that?
Where's Maxie? Is Max in this one? Do you remember a
don't
picture
know.
with Max in
I
here?
don't know.
Oh yeah, here it is.
This
This was my John Robert Powers like
Your child.
sex trafficking.
Yeah, this is like.
Look at me and my twin brother.
Yeah, you look totally different.
He looks like Doug.
He looks like
cartoon.
what's his name? The actor Roth from.
Yes, he does.
What's
Timothy
that-
Roth.
Timothy
or-
Roth,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean you're
It's
a
Max.
child there.
But look at this one too. They're like,
I know, it's so
I
weird.
feel like I'm looking at John,
no, it's
John
very
Benet
weird.
Ramsey's
No,
family
it's
collection.
really weird.
Yeah.
I
How old
wonder
were
if
you
she would have
there?
been hot.
She would have grown up to be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 15. You passed the Dalia test. Good job, my friend.
Yeah. Is that the Dalia test?
No, I'm just kidding. It's
No,
like,
no.
'cause some people would be like, you look pretty old in that. Like
Yeah.
people are like looking for me to be old, and you were like, I'm going to acknowledge the youth.
Yeah,
I
you
think I
were
was
young
15.
there.
No, it
You
was
were
very
young.
weird.
Yeah.
It was like a mall modeling agency, you know? It's
Yeah.
pretty embarrassing.
That's before, that's when people didn't think anything was wrong with that, really.
They were like, oh, this
I
is
know.
great.
Yeah, they're like, this is great. Remember those Calvin Klein ads and stuff? It's like
Uh-huh.
children in them. And everyone was just like, I guess.
Yeah, like the Balenciaga ad, you're like, is that bad? Because that's kind of was our entire upbringing. It was just like little kids with sex toys. Like,
Yeah.
like the Gap ads are just like a kid holding a dildo. Like,
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
it really is crazy.
Yeah.
And then when you hear all the Nickelodeon stuff and you see that like their logo was basically a foot,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, of course this guy was just like foot worshiping children.
Yeah. Everything turned out to kind of be true about Hollywood.
But why would you?
But
were
not
you
Anniewood. I'm safe here.
Yes, this is the same.
No
But
pedophilia
wait,
here.
you were a social worker. You weren't a teacher, were you?
A social worker.
Because a teacher is like you're kind of like I shouldn't be hanging out with these kids, even though I'm helping them.
Since I have daughters, I don't think men should allowed to be teachers.
No, just
Yeah.
don't do it. It's
I don't want
okay.
men in the world anymore.
No,
I'd like to get rid of all of them. I want them all gone. It'd be better with no men.
It's just or like maybe I don't want to say castrated or anything, but just maybe
No,
there's
that's a
like
good idea.
maybe there's like milking stations where it's like we kind of get the poison out. Like there's a
Yeah.
time that the poison comes out, so maybe it's more regulated.
Right.
So
Ju-
there's just not free loose cum everywhere because I think it's the loose
Straight
cum.
cum, yeah. Yeah, maybe like those they can like build an AI that just milks you in the morning.
Or even like a
Yeah.
woman. I'm sure there's like women that are like, you know what? Like being a nurse is a crazy job.
Yeah, they do everything.
They do everything. May
Yeah.
as well just add a milking. You could be like
Yeah.
a milking nurse.
Yeah. They have, when you're on house arrest, they put that thing on your ankle. Can't they just put that on like pedophiles' dicks?
Yes, put it on their dicks.
Yeah.
Or put it in one of the girls' mouths.
Yeah.
That is donating her throat.
Do you have the app where it tells you where all the sexual predators are?
You know, I think I'd lose my mind.
That's
I
fun.
think if I knew, well, I had the like, what is it called? The city, whatever the app is for the city where they tell you the crime. and I'm
Citizen
like, oh,
app,
I'm
yeah.
living in
Yes.
a war zone. I'm in Gaza.
It
This
makes
is
you
a nightmare.
paranoid. Yeah.
But when I'm off of it, I'm like, everything's so safe. We were watching a video
Mm-hmm.
today about, they were saying how dangerous Santa Monica and Venice are. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then it's just all these people that got stabbed to death. I'm like, I just walk by myself, I'm like, all late at night.
It's like the internet. You're on it. You're like, everything is just going to shit. And then you get off and you're like, things are pretty cool in this world. Yeah, things are okay. Yeah.
If I don't notice it, it's fine. But I also feel like when I was on the neighborhood app or the Nextdoor app, my favorite thing they would do is they would dox people that didn't pick up their dog shit. It was so serious for such a not that serious crime. Like, who gives a shit? It's like, pick it up with your bag. It's not a big deal. But they would zoom in on the woman's face that didn't pick it up and just, I did like that. That was funny.
That's fun. Yeah.
Because then what if I see her in the street and be like, you're a bitch, run.
I remember, Jesse made it in my mind because we just brought her up. I remember we were dating and we were at our parents' house in Syracuse and I turned on the pedophile app because I was just curious.
Oh.
Syracuse.
Lit up.
Syracuse, New York. That thing lit up like a Christmas tree.
It makes sense, right?
There was like
outskirts area.
It was just like next door. There was one like in her house. So I was like, is there somebody in the basement? I mean, it was just everywhere.
Yeah, everyone gets accused of rape there.
Yeah. And and then you go and you can look at their profile and see what they did. It's sort of like
that's kind of fun.
It's like Facebook for pedophiles. Yeah. Like, what are your interests?
And like, if we're allowed, they should just let us be able to beat them up. And then that is fun because we watch like the predator hunters and stuff. And there does come a time where you go, you have to keep reminding yourself to not feel bad for them.
It's so hard.
You're like, please, you're like, why is like my heart like?
Because you're always like, I'm so sorry, I never did anything like this before. And then the guy starts swinging on them. It's just your instinct is to feel bad for someone getting beat up. You have to remind yourself this person was beating a 12-year-old.
Right, and then you're like, of course they're not like, of course this isn't the first time. But then you're like, but what if it is?
Yeah.
And what if they were coming to tell the girl to not hook up with the guy? So it's like, I just wanted to teach her to not do this. And you're like, maybe they just wanted to tell her.
Maybe he was telling her that this was dangerous.
Yes, he just wanted to teach her a valuable lesson. Like, you could be dead right now.
Maybe he did just want to help her with her bathroom. I remember sometimes I've gone down that rabbit hole of old Hansen videos.
He's such a king. He's just such a king. He's so handsome. He's so wonderful. And you can tell it's taken something out of him. He's always got a drink. He's like a little grizzled. It's like he sacrificed a part of his own joy to save these children. And we were like, he's the only person. Well, we got our Anniewood Instagram hacked, but he was like the only one we were following was Chris Hansen because we just love him so much.
The best part is when he goes, free to go.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're cool. All right. And they sort of back out. They have that moment where they're like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then the dudes just converge on them.
Well,
they're always a little harsh too. With the guy, they're always like, get on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, they know a lot of times they know the perpetrator too from other stuff. Because I've seen like the follow-up interviews where they're like, you gotta really, that was a serious offender. And that was the one I was like feeling bad for. I'm like, come on, this fat guy.
It's just the range of emotions because they get there and it's like the best day of their life.
Feeling. They got the butterflies going.
Oh my God. She told me she doesn't even have one hair yet.
And then they see Chris Hansen and it goes down and then he goes, you could go. And it kind of goes back up and the cops come and it goes way down.
The funniest ones are the guys who are like, I knew it. I watched the show.
Well, anyone getting catfish, you're like, I need a FaceTime. But I guess maybe they could have FaceTime with the decoy.
Well, whenever you walk in there and you see a backstage curtain,
yes,
you kind of you don't want to grab the cookie. That's when you go, I'm just stopping for directions. Or you immediately say, I'm here to tell you not to do this.
There's also no clutter.
Yeah.
There's no clutter in the houses.
It's
so staged. Yeah. It's like, no. If you're like not paying attention to your kid enough where they're going to like hook up with a grown up, your house is cluttered. It's messy. Yeah. You're not cleaning up.
And you don't live in a great house like that.
No, you don't live in a nice neighborhood. Yeah. You're like, you're trash.
That black curtain hanging is always funny. The one he comes from behind. Yeah. Stage left.
I know. Cause it is like, what would be behind that?
What's behind there? Yeah. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Especially the guy who says, I watched the show. It's like, what are you doing?
Oh, the guy I lost my virginity to. I was 14. He was young too, but he had lived in the basement. I was on his waterbed.
You did 14?
Yeah.
Oh, where were your parents?
I know. Honestly, and we did kind of live in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
My parents are the exception to that rule.
I did 16, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he was 16, but
yeah,
that's right. But so it was like in the basement on his waterbed, and then the laundry was
Wait a
also.
second, he was 16 with a waterbed?
He was adopted.
He's
He
a
read at juvenile
fucking-
delinquent school. It's
Did you
like,
hook up with Hugh Hefner as a child? He had a waterbed? Who was his parents?
14 was
Encouraging
probably
him?
old too.
Yeah, we gotta
I
get you a
know
waterbed.
everyone else in my neighborhood definitely loves it. I was like definitely the holdout of my friends. My friends were hoes, but they all got diagnosed with like bipolar and shit.
Yeah.
Later on,
Well, yeah. It's
and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
but my parents. Here's where my parents screwed up. They sent me to the school with all the juvenile delinquents because they were like, oh, they have an art program.
so your
So
parents
they
were like,
sent me like I would have just been like a normal kid in a normal school,
Yeah.
and then they just sent me with the juvenile delinquent. So then I obviously became a juvenile delinquent. With
your
them.
parents like the artsy type kind of.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, this is so cool. There's like pillows instead of chairs and stuff. Like this school's so cool." And I'm
Right.
like, they didn't make you do any homework, and this school rules.
Right.
But yeah, so then we just became criminals. But
Yeah.
it was very weird that they're like, let's just send her to the one with all the kids with the house arrest anklets. This is so cool. All my friends would like get kicked out of school for like pulling chunks of their teacher's hair out and
Are
stuff.
you from Philly, right? Philly
I'm
area?
from I'm from the area, yeah, from
Yeah.
Cheltenham.
Cool. Cute.
But it reads
Yeah.
it reads true.
Yeah.
But okay, so on the there was
But
the
you
water
don't have
bed.
the Coke thing. You don't have that.
It can come back.
Yeah.
But I feel I left Philly when I was like 17, and then my family was still there. They just moved to Jersey, but I just never related to it, even though for some reason I was as famous as Rocky the last time I was in town with my dad. I had to do like full glam to go see my dad in the hospital because I kept getting recognized.
That's good. That's nice.
No, it was nice. I don't know
Yeah.
where they were the week before when I did a one-nighter and couldn't sell it out.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, I needed 14 more of you.
Yeah.
It's so weird. The algorithm's such a goddamn
I got
nightmare.
recognized by the girl who gave me a rectal echocardiogram.
Oh, is that the one
Yeah.
where they cough into your asshole?
No, you turn on your side and then they put a camera in your butt
And they
to
go,
look at your
"Echo,
prostate.
echo,
Yeah.
echo."
And I was like, it just advice if you recognize someone, do it after. Don't do it before.
While she was inside the asshole?
Before she started, she was like, by the way, very funny. You think you're funny. And then it was
You're like, I would have scrub-a-dub-dubbed a little more if I knew.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, you're about to peer inside my asshole. And I don't have like an attract, I don't
Right,
manicure.
of
I don't
course.
take care
yeah.
of it. Yeah.
You're married. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm married. I'm a guy. It's bad, and
Yeah.
it's bad back there.
No, Todd gets my like Holocaust Museum underwear. It looks like I stole it off the Anne Frank doll statue. No, it's done. It's over.
Yeah.
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 He
So-
wanted to date an older chick. I
Yeah.
don't
So what do you
seek
guys
male
got?
approval anymore.
You got 12 years, 11, 10?
11.
11.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I know it's sick.
There you
isn't
go,
it?
Ashton Kutcher.
Isn't
What
it
you doing,
sick?
Ashton?
No, if you leave me, honestly, like if you do pull the shit where you just like leave me and I got to hang out with like all the people with dementia, like Demi Moore, Ashton Kutcher left her for Mila Kunis, who was like 13 when he met her. It was like
Right.
the
I
I know,
opposite.
yeah.
Right.
And then just left her with fucking dementia ass Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like shot into elderhood.
I think it's a great thing. It's going to keep you motivated.
What, to keep him around?
No, like keep you motivated to keep your shit tight,
That's true.
11,
yeah.
11
Kegel,
years.
Keep it Kegeled.
I mean, I didn't mean that.
No, I know. That would be
Yeah,
so crazy
Your
if
brain
that's what
went
you
there.
meant.
Yeah, I meant like your body and yeah.
At least a female
You went,
comedian.
shit, I didn't talk
They're
about.
like,
I was.
tell me about your pussy,
Yeah.
bitch. We had Steph Toll here yesterday. I was like, am I about to show her my pussy? I'm like, are we going to go into the bathroom and show each other everything?
It's good because he's young. He's always gonna look. You got to
Yeah.
stay in shape.
Well, I don't know. He looks a little old. He could get older. He could look like his Uncle Scott. If he loses his hair, he's going to look like his Uncle Scott. It's gonna
I've been
be-
on hymns.
Wait,
I've been
you're
keeping-
from Laos and you have an Uncle Scott?
No, I'm not.
But what is Scott's name?
I don't know. It's like, that's just like his American name.
Well, they have,
Yeah.
okay, so his Uncle Scott's wife.
So the Asian names are always like houses, sticks,
Yeah.
and birds.
No,
Yeah.
his aunt's name, they call her Sally Sue. So I go, I'm calling her Sally Sue when I first meet her. And I go, your name is Sally Sue? And she goes, no. And I go, what? She goes, they've just been calling me that. And I go, what's your real? The whole family's been calling her the wrong name. It's Siri Sook.
Seriously.
The whole family, even the fucking Asian assholes, just thought her name was Sally Sue the entire time.
And then she just stuck with it.
She was
Yeah.
just too polite.
Well, I've done
Just
that
stick with
before
it.
when people mess up my name and I just don't. I don't
What do
have.
people call you?
I've got
Yannis?
everything. Yannis, Yanni, yeah,
Yanni's good. I do like
Yoni,
Yoni.
and I just go. I don't correct. I just
Yeah.
go with it.
I know when people get my last name wrong on stage, sometimes like just when they're coming off, I'm like, it's Letterman or whatever. But
Does anyone ever go Lederman?
they say leader, it's
Yeah,
half the
every
time. It's
time.
Yeah.
Letterman.
But who cares?
Who cares? Also, isn't that my fault for not being such a household name that everyone knows how to pronounce?
It's a good
my
way.
last
I like
name?
that. Not
It's
a
like on
victim,
me.
empowered. Yeah, it's your fault.
And then I'm like Lederman. It's like I look like a leader. You guys get like a vibe of alpha from me. I get it.
Nobody's really a household name anymore, though.
Well, yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
There's a few now.
Well-
war footage. That's the
Who?
most famous thing.
I don't know. Tony's a household name now.
Tony ain't no
Hinchcliffe.
household name. You saw him on that Trump thing. He ain't a household name at all. He was like, I used to live outside my car at the comedy store. These old people are like, who the are you?
Yeah.
What is the comedy store?
That was the perfect, like, you know, when you do a corporate gig and you're like, whose idea was this?
No, and you remember the moment you were like, okay, I'll do it. And then you're like, why? What was that in me that didn't know that this was going to happen?
Did he get paid for that, or was it just like an exposure thing? Or
I don't know, but we got paid.
the world got paid.
It was like they just threw
Yeah.
just fucking Hanukkah gelt out for all of us. It felt so good. I felt so taken care of that week.
I love that he probably put that together quick and I was thinking like this is going to go
He's
good.
So confident. It's the,
Yeah.
the best thing about Tony. He's so confident that he doesn't
Confident.
he doesn't even acknowledge that there's a possibility he'll fail at something.
Yeah.
So that's what's so good because you watch his face going, whoa.
Yeah. You got to give him credit. He assumed that the American population had read enough news that they were aware that
Yes.
Puerto Rico had
Has a
a
trash
trash
problem.
problem. Yeah.
No, when Rogan said that, he's like, no, he's always worried about the trash. I'm like, oh my God.
But that thing really just like, whew,
Yeah.
Yeah.
things move quick now.
No, it was so fun though. That was a fun few days when every podcast I was listening to was saying his name. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this is so awesome.
Yeah. Puerto
Everybody
Ricans
knows-
were like,
But then a lot of Puerto Ricans were like,
fuck
we
it.
don't care at
we
all.
don't give a shit. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I love doing a browner audience. The browner audiences seem to
Yeah,
give
they're
a
great.
little more.
They're a little looser.
little
Yeah.
looser. Well,
And
they know they're-
Hispanics came out big for Trump. They
I
did.
know.
Yeah, they like almost 50%.
I know. It's so funny. They've all been accidentally deported.
Yeah, they were like, whoa, wait a
They're
second.
gone immediately.
Hey, look at my shit. Too late, buddy. Too late.
I'm wearing a Trump hat.
Yeah, the
I
catapult
feel like
is
that actually
out.
could. They might like be swayed by that if you just were like,
Yeah.
put the hat on, they'd be like,
okay.
all right, you can stay.
Yeah,
They've
the
got like a little
catapults are
girl
out.
crying in a duffel bag. They're like, but
It's funny. Every time like I was on tour in a city, I'd be like, something seems different. Oh, yeah, less Mexicans. Was there an election? Oh, yeah.
where are you guys?
Yeah, San Diego. I was like, just seems like less.
It seems like, yeah,
Yeah.
where are you guys?
Just not as many.
I'm buying less tamales out of trunks of cars these days. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. I don't know where the trash bags filled with tamales have gone.
Less. There's just a lot less pineapples in a plastic bag and
Ugh.
getting sold for $3 at the train station. No more churro sticks in the train station.
Listen, the churros are gone.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how much you really needed those Mexican immigrants.
Yeah.
Until your churros have been taken.
As long as he doesn't take my landscaper, I'm good.
The churros too, that was like a funny, when I first moved to New York, I had to like train myself, like, let's not buy the churros every day. I used to buy them a lot.
They're good.
They're good, but you look like such a fool.
Yeah, they're good.
Just holding the churro. People
Yeah.
are like, did you just get churros?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I got fucking churroed.
And they're also always sold by a woman that you can't believe is that short.
Yeah, you're
I'm
shocked.
like,
Why
how
is the
the
churro taller
Yeah,
than you?
like, how are you that short?
She's holding herself up by a
Yeah.
churro.
Because she's like from some mountain that hasn't got new jeans in there.
No,
You don't even
it's
know. She's got like little person legs. I don't even know how she got here. They're
No.
so short.
with his mom, I'll watch like these videos of there are these villages in Laos that they can't get to. So I don't know. These people are surviving off of like one banana between all. I mean, it's crazy. And we are laughing. We're crying a little. We are laughing. It
Yeah.
is like it's a comical.
Yeah.
I can't believe that people are living like this. But so this guy will go up and he like does a YouTube video. I don't know if it's a live stream, but then people are like, "Oh, I want to sponsor her." So then he has to go back up and bring that girl shoes or whatever. But I'm like, this bitch is gonna get jumped. Like, you bring one girl in this village of starving people one pair of shoes. It's very crazy.
Yeah.
but it's insane. I'm like,
It's
why don't you
almost-
bring them down with you?
That's worse.
yeah.
That makes the situation worse.
They're like, whoa, I could have had
And then
coverings on my feet.
She's walking around with shoes and everybody else.
I know. Everyone's like,
That's not-
wait. They have
Yeah.
no running water. They have to bathe in like I'm like, what? I mean,
There's no running water up there?
the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. I bet you they have less problems though.
I
More
think
money,
they're
more
doing well.
problems.
There's a lot of dead parents. There's like the one girl's like mom had died. I don't remember what she was doing when she died, but the dad got attacked by a bull, so he was disabled.
Oh.
So they're like, well, what are you eating today? And she just shows like a bowl and she's just like crushing grains. And me and his mom we were giggling. I'm not gonna lie, we were giggling.
Are your parents like from there, or were they their grandparents?
My mom, yeah, she's
Yeah.
from there,
Yeah.
and then she was like a refugee in Thailand, and then
She had to escape.
she
She had to
became like
escape
had to get a
the-
sponsor in America to get
What's it
brought
called?
out.
The Silent War or the
yeah.
Secret War?
The Secret War.
Secret War.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That's the only thing about history I know is a little bit about Laos.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was wild.
And now you're here.
And now we're here. And she
Yeah.
moved to New Jersey, met my white ass dad in Red Bank.
Oh, you got a white dad.
Oh yeah, his
yeah.
dad's a roofer.
So you didn't do full. You didn't go full
yeah,
house.
no.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
That's funny. Your mom's from Laos. Your dad's just a white roofer
Yeah.
from Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's such a white roofer. He just sent a video out to the family chat of him rapping. I'm like, oh, I want to play it. I always want to blast your dad's rap out to the world. It's so funny. Wally MC, baby.
So what are you doing out here from Jersey?
I came out here to just
Follow his dream.
oh,
yeah, I went to film school, so
Oh,
I came out here and I ended up working at the Comedy Store
Oh,
in the
the
podcast studio,
basement.
and that's where I met Annie. Yeah.
oh, that's where you guys met.
Yeah.
I plucked him out of the basement.
That's where we. Every
Now he's
comic
gonna-
meets someone through comedy in some
You
way.
can't have them be
Yeah.
a comedian though.
No.
He was doing like roast battles and stuff, and I was like, if you bring up this part of your life to me, you're so far out of my world. Like,
Oh,
you're
so you were doing some.
fucking outta
You were
here.
I
honestly-
did a little bit, yeah.
Back in the
Honestly, when I
day.
started working at the Comedy Store is like when I kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have never.
Yeah.
I mean, there would have been no.
It can work. It can. A few people have made it work.
I'm dating an open micer.
Oh, right. Right.
He's 10 years of comedy behind me. I'm like,
Right.
whatever. He's gonna
right.
open for me on the road.
Right.
Nightmare.
Right.
So embarrassing.
It's
No, I stopped for like 2 years before I met.
Okay.
Annie.
So 2 years is
It's
good.
Annie.
Yeah.
My name. Did you forget?
I said before we met.
I know. I thought you were saying before I
Oh
met.
my god.
It's funny. The fans are gonna laugh.
Yeah.
They're gonna chuckle.
Yeah.
No. Now he's an Emmy Award winner.
Yeah.
He's this-
Oh yeah.
a
You guys can eventually be like Roseanne and what was his name?
her son.
No.
Roseanne and her son who are basically smoking meth in Austin right now.
She's never been funnier. Like, they're all trying to get Israel. You're a Jew hater. Yeah. She's fun.
I know she.
No,
really
the
is
guy. What
fun.
was the guy she was married to?
I know. Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I Roseanne or Tom?
You'd be Roseanne in that situation, and he'd be Tom Arnold, sort of semi in the business.
I haven't met Tom Arnold. I'd be thrilled to meet him.
Yeah, he's had a great career.
I'd be thrilled to meet him. I got very nervous when I met John Lovitz, Weak in the Knees.
Because you were a kid who grew up watching.
I
that.
loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Obviously,
the
I
thing.
love the Schneid master,
Yeah,
Robbie Schneidy.
that's gonna be funny for kids when they grow up and they finally meet like the guy
Logan
who
Paul.
smashed limes in his face. and
Yes,
they're like,
yeah.
oh my god.
Or one of the
You're
300 guys
Supreme
that
Patty.
banged one of the OnlyFans girls.
Yeah, you're Supreme Patty. Oh my god, I fucking love when you squeeze limes in your eyes.
I know, it's so weird. And it is like you want to fight that instinct of being like, well, back in my day, things were better. But you're like, it's actually called brain rot. What you guys
Yeah,
are doing.
yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like, surrender to this nonsense.
yeah, no, it's a bad situation.
It's not good for the
Yeah.
brain. It's not.
We're
good
not
for
just
the
old people
development.
going like, "Hey, you kids." No,
Yeah.
it's like, no, you kids are.
And even
You
comedy,
guys are
like,
tattooing your face.
the clips are like the clips that are the most viral are like, guys,
It's just that's how it
these
goes.
are pretty nonsensey.
Yeah, it's
And
just
you're like, okay, so I'll do less words. I'll do more sounds.
whatever you got to do.
I think I got to do more sounds.
Yeah, whatever you got to do. I got
think-
my water softened, and the guy who softened my water had a podcast or a content.
I'm going to be
channel.
honest. I
And he
didn't
asked
know
me to
what
do
water
it.
softening was, and I would love to watch this podcast
Yeah.
and find out what
It's a
water softening is.
Yeah, you got to soften your water. If the minerals are too harsh, they can make pinhole holes in the pipe. So you have to
I mean,
soften
owning
your
a
water.
house is a true
It's a
nightmare.
whole nother thing. It's a
It's
fucking
just like
nightmare.
so much stuff.
Yeah, I recommend renting. It's not worth it.
No, it's so crazy. Like this apartment that we live in, we've lived in different apartments in this complex, but it's like you just go, this doesn't work. They fix
the
it. It
best.
really is
Yeah.
just a true heaven.
It is much better.
My parents just moved into like a 55 plus
They went,
retirement
they're at old people
apartment.
college. Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Old people college.
I know. I'm like looking around for like hotties if my dad dies for my mom. I'm
Yeah.
like, Mom.
I want to go right in.
No, I want to
I wanna go
lie
right
that
in.
I'm 10 years older.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this scrub.
Well, he's going to take care of you when you're older, which is
No, 100%.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, if you leave me before then, it's going to fuck up the deal.
good. Yeah.
I'm going to have to defrost these embryos somehow,
Yeah.
put them in a young bitch.
Can you could still go natural.
I could, yeah.
Yeah. You could go
Yeah.
natural. You got
Yeah.
you got a few in the tank.
I got a few in the tank, but.
When
Doctor said she was very fertile.
you're fertile.
And then he was so excited because this is my theory. The doctor was Asian. And when he found out he was Asian, he was excited, which, obviously that's because genetically it's better to have like mixed
For sure.
races.
Sure.
But I was like, there was this little part of me was like, is he excited though because he can put his sperm in there and we won't notice?
Maybe.
It's pretty dark.
I won't say his name because he does all the celebrities.
That would be pretty dark if he does that. That would be really
I know
weird.
it'd be fun though.
Yeah. What
be a
kind of
fun scandal.
satisfaction would he get out of
They
that?
have there's like a whole documentary about there's one guy that worked at a clinic, some sort of, I don't know if it was IVF or if it was
Oh, and he
and
I
he
saw
put his
that.
sperm into
Yeah,
everything.
Dude, what is up with the
Also,
human brain?
I
Like what
know.
the like
I
what
know.
what is he even doing? He doesn't get to see, he just likes to know that the kids are out
Yes.
there.
Well, it's like Elon too, where it's like I think it's
Jesus.
just like you're so cocky in your own genes that you're like, I'll be doing a service.
Yeah, people really need to explore their childhood a little more to find out why they are the way that they are.
Who was telling me? Someone was telling me that someone that they're dating. Who was telling me this? Someone that they're dating gave sperm. Oh, it's a friend of a friend. He gave sperm when he was like, 20 and broke. You make like $300 or something.
Right.
And then they just changed the laws so that the kids can come find him. So now he's like married, and all these like 18-year-old and 20-year-olds keep showing up at their door. It's like a horror movie. And they like look enough like him that you can't be like scram. His wife's like, what the f-, dude?
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh,
That would be a great horror movie if they all get together and try to kill him.
it's such a mean law for the dad. It's like I was under the pretense that I would never deal with this again. And then they're just showing up at my house.
You're like, why'd you do it? He's like, I was fucking broke, dude. I need $300. I didn't know you were going to be Jessica Kirsten's son.
Oh, I know. I didn't know you were going to.
I didn't know you were going to have lesbian parents. It's not,
You were going to have to
yeah.
get their boobs to.
I wasn't thinking about what kind of psychological ramifications that would have on you.
Oh my God. Jesse Kirsten's new life is so cute.
She's doing
It's
great.
so good. She's skinny. She's on
Yeah.
the road. She's got a hot young girlfriend. I'm like, let's go, bitch.
Yeah, she did it. She
She
made
is
it. She
so
made it. She's
funny.
glow. She's having a glow up.
Oh, she's having the glow up.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah.
It is interesting though. You go, okay, adoption's real.
Now,
'Cause
if
it's
you
like, 'cause
blow up
she
to
can-
another level, do you go 21?
Oh.
Do you leave him for 21-year-old?
Look, he got nervous
21
because he has
is
dreams
like-
about this.
Yeah.
That's like so
21.
that's so young.
They'd be like, look at my bing bang boop. They'd be showing me stuff online.
I
Do you know
know.
bing bang boop?
The Italian like brain rot.
Yeah.
You
They'd be
see
like-
that shit?
They'd be
That's
like,
what
do you like
guys do,
cappuccino?
Yeah.
Nazzolino? I'd be like, oh, I don't know.
No, these kids nowadays are very sophisticated.
They know a lot
They
of
know
things.
a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
shit.
But it doesn't,
Yeah.
none of it, it's all to prank us because it's like impossible for us to understand what it
Right,
is.
right.
My niece gives me like the lowdown and stuff. And then I try to do it like I try to like prank her the way she, and it's like, I do feel like,
Right.
it is embarrassing that
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, is this how you do it?
So what's up? Yeah.
Sigma?
I'm so based right now.
But based means Republican, right?
I don't know. The funny thing is, I don't know what it means.
I think it means Republican.
What does it mean? Do you know?
Based. They'll go,
you're
she's
being
based.
based.
Like
I don't
people
know.
will be
Look
like,
it
Whitney's
up.
based.
Yeah.
People like to say Whitney's based.
I know basic. You're a basic bitch.
Basic, but that turned
Based.
into not an insult
Yeah.
somewhere along the line where everyone's
Yeah.
like, no, we're trying to be basic. I'm
No.
like, we are?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Based.
Let's see here.
Jesus is based.
Jesus is
Established, grounded,
based.
or focused on a specific principle or
Oh,
belief.
okay.
fact.
Oh, okay. So
Wow,
that makes
even
sense.
that's like a
They don't
like
want
a
us to understand
crazy
anything.
Definition.
Based.
Yeah. a
Well,
vague
then we might
definition.
agree on a definition of something.
Yeah.
And holy fuck.
Based.
If I was okay, so the question I asked you when you said you would sell pictures of feet,
Yeah.
I think I would go full like motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know how to do it. It's like you just have to be such a fucking sneaky little liar. You got to be a fucking sneak because it doesn't seem that hard to start a cult. You just have to not
I think for women,
truly
it's
care
hard.
about people.
There's not a lot of equality in cults. That's a problem.
Well,
You think about it, it's mostly men, and it's
mm,
always a way to followers'
Yeah.
wives. That's always part
Yeah.
of the deal.
they always end up
Yeah.
banging your wife. It is so
Yeah.
funny where they're like, and we've come to this chapter
Yeah. From this chapter where now I'm going to bang your wife.
where I
and-
need to, God needs through my penis to bang your wife.
Yeah, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna want it.
You're gonna be
give her
there.
to me.
You're
She's
gonna honestly be
love it.
there.
She's gonna feel honored to my dick, my holy dick.
I know it's
Yeah.
so good.
But then there was the Teal Swan girl. She was like a
But she
female
had to be
cult
very
leader.
sociopathic.
But and all the followers
Fell in
just
love with
wanted to
her.
bang her. That's
Yeah,
what it-
because she's kind of hot. Yeah,
and
she's
you
got nice
gotta have
eyes.
like the feminine, but I can do
Yeah.
the divine feminine energy. I can
Yeah.
fucking do that. I can like have like a symphony.
Yeah.
I can have them all out there. I know how to do it. I just resist it, but I think I could surrender to it.
You think you'd enjoy being a cult leader?
No.
No, I don't like deceiving. And I don't like people relying on me for things. It's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't even like when people like if you go to my DMs, you ask for a rec for Montreal. You don't even know the spin you've just but I will be angry for 6 months.
Right.
It's annoying.
Yeah. It's
Unless like
based.
you just did good. It's very
Yeah.
based. It's based. I don't even know what people would ask anymore. People are like, can I take you out for coffee and get some advice? I'm like, I have no clue what's happening
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
This is the craziest thing.
Yeah. Whenever anyone asks me for advice, I'm like, dude, no, nobody knows.
I used to say
Yeah.
be as funny as you possibly can. Now I'm like, definitely don't do that.
Wash
that
the
will make you
dishes
poor.
and film it and see what happens.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it could
think you
work.
need to think about what are you doing during your day that could be filmed.
Yeah, just film it. Just do it, film it, try a bunch of shit. And if nothing works, take steroids and say liver is king. And see if
Yes.
that works. I mean, that guy tried a bunch of shit until he was like, liver is king.
He's like, it
And it
delivers
worked.
everything.
Yeah.
It's like, and also you don't even need an ice bath, but you can put ice in your bath. So
Yeah.
it's like, guys, there's ways around it.
Yeah.
You can be like, I'm an ice bath guy on a budget.
There are a bunch of retailers out there that you can reach. You just got to find I think that's the advice I would get is like, look, we all have access to retail.
Yes.
So
We actually didn't even realize
Yeah.
how many there were.
There's
It's
so
like
many retailers.
actually
Yeah.
insane
Yeah.
how many there are.
You just got to figure out. You got a bunch of loser retailers out there. They got a lot of time on their hands, and they want to follow people.
Yes.
So figure out your hook or whatever to trick
and they
them.
want to be able to come to you every day. They
Yeah.
want you to be like, but I was watching this whole thing about, you know, that chick Mel Robbins, who she's
Yeah,
now got like the
glasses.
highest podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to listen to a fucking thing this bitch
But I mean,
says.
what is she even saying?
But she goes
Like,
in the
let them
beginning of
talk about
everything, she
you.
goes, yeah,
Let them talk. Let them.
And then they go, okay,
Yeah.
so then they go, this
Let
was
them.
actually a girl's poem that you stole this from. Like she wrote a whole book off of this girl's poem.
Really? Yeah.
And she goes, you have no control over what people say about you, whether you read that poem or not. I did not read that poem, but I'm going to let them say I did.
Let them say.
Let them say I
Let
stole it. Is
them.
that
Yeah.
genius?
Yeah, it's
I'm like,
great.
oh
Yeah.
my God.
Let them.
Let them say I plagiarized. Let them.
Just let
But they
them.
just go, her and Jay Shetty, like they're just such like marketing machines. And they'll just be like, I love you. I love you. She says, I love you to everyone.
Yeah.
She goes, guys, please subscribe. If you subscribe, it'll really make me feel like I'm somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine putting like that emotional stress on your
Yeah.
followers. Guys, like, subscribe, comment.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
me feel good. Do you want me to feel bad?
Well, you know, it's all making the people believe that it's about something other than
Buying their
you
book and giving them.
following me and giving me money.
And
So it's
then-
about some mission. We're all
Yeah.
doing something together. You're like, you're just giving somebody money for them to have a life.
And everyone's doing that. And it's okay. I don't
It's
even
good.
hate it. I like when Candace Owens will be like doing her whole thing. And then she'll be like, guys, I know it's hard out there for us financially. And so and she'll like go into one of her ads and I'm like, Candace,
Yeah.
babe, you're rich as bitch.
Yeah.
You're rich as
And I love the way she got rich. It's the best.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
I like
Harvey Weinstein's innocent. You're like, yeah, I got to tune in for that.
I know.
I
And then,
gotta
but you
tune
have to
in.
tune out because you start listening and then
Yeah.
you are like,
Yeah.
wait. And they're like, wait, I got to tune out of this. I
Yeah.
can't know this. I have to stay sleepy.
Yeah, there's just a whole brand on the internet. Everyone's doing like a version of The View now.
Right.
Where they're just sitting around just gossiping and it's just view. It's just gossipy mahjong table Jewish mother shit.
I mean, the Blake Lively trial alone has just fed the mouths of so many YouTubers'
people.
families.
So many.
And I
So
know,
many.
I know every part of it, and I don't even want to know anymore. But it's like there just does keep being. There's just more information,
so much.
and you just go, I can't believe what a
So
psychotic
much.
bitch Blake Lively.
I mean,
is.
we're at a point where it's gotten so pathetic, the gossip culture, that I believe James Comey took that photo on that beach to sell his fucking book.
Yeah,
Because we were looking at that, me and my friend Jesse the other day, and I was like, why would he put that out there? And then we went, let's go to
Can I
his
see it?
social media, and then
Yeah.
2 posts down, he's got a fucking book. So I'm going,
Yes.
the guy's just drumming up controversy
Okay.
to get attention to his book.
Hilaria Baldwin, everyone's her.
Hilaria.
Everyone's her.
¿Cómo?
Did you see when she was like walking
Hold on,
with her
¿qué?
book?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
No
yeah,
hablo inglés.
No, and the word she
What?
forgets too. You're like, it's not like you.
¿Cómo
There's
se
words we
dice?
might believe. We
¿Cómo
might
se
believe.
dice?
It can't be cucumber, bitch.
Yeah. She's awake. So 8647.
Everyone's
Yeah.
Yeah. So why would you do that? Like, why would you? First of all, why do you have a fucking Instagram account?
Yeah.
You're James Comey, the former head of the FBI, and you're on the gram,
Yeah, this is all.
and you're
to sell books.
63, and
And
then
seashells.
86, which means end the president, right? So he claims he saw it on the beach and took a picture of it. It's like,
Uh-huh.
why would you post it?
Yeah.
But then you go to his Twitter and you go, oh, he's just wrote a book. And you
It's
go,
100%
yeah,
it.
that's what it is. Of course, he's out of the limelight. Nobody's talking about him anymore, and he's like, he probably got on the.
And the only way he's gonna get people to read that book is if he makes it on Candace Owens.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Book
now,
list. She does a book club, guys. Are
Yeah.
you reading?
Candace.
Candy.
Candace.
I posted a thing about because I was like, how is it that this Blake Lively thing has gotten me watching Candace Owens? And Ben Glebe commented on her like, Annie, she's an anti-Semite and all this. I was like, can I watch her Blake Lively stuff and also come to your pool party, Ben? Like, why are you mad at me right now?
Yeah.
And then like someone was like, are we cool? Am I in trouble?
Well, it's like car crashes. Bad takes are easy to react to, and social media platforms are built on reaction. So we've been conditioned, like, if you're smart, put out a horrible take,
Right.
a take with no nuance, make something up about, like, go full on, and then that's when you get the engagement.
And then when they scroll down, they see your new book.
yeah, they see your new book. So that's what it is.
I mean, Tim really has just Tim just figured it out.
Tim
His takes are so funny.
well, he's just so funny. Yeah,
It's so good.
He's just
Every
funny.
take is so good.
he's
And it's
funny.
just like,
he's funny, and he's very good at you don't know where you stand,
right.
which is how comedy should be. It should be like, whoever I'm making fun of here, I'll go over here.
Of course.
nowadays
why
they
are we
s-
making
Yeah.
why are we making a stance?
Yeah, it should just be
to
wherever.
this audience that are just everyone's like can't afford omelets and
Yeah.
they're like, I guess I'll just go to a comedy club one night and they're gonna be called like a piece of trash for who they voted for.
Yeah, just try to, get everyone.
I know. Your last special was good at that. You got everyone.
Try.
I loved
yeah.
your last special.
Thank
It was
you.
so good.
Thank
Where
you.
did you do
I
it?
shot that for $200.
Was it in the at
Comedy
the-
on State.
Comedy on Stage?
Yeah, I shot it for literally $200.
Did you make money
which
off
is
it?
embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, I got paid for the weekend, so I shot it on the weekend. I got paid for, and you make
You
money
just
on
posted
YouTube.
it.
Yeah, and I got
I
a new
love
one
it.
coming out that I'm putting on YouTube again because Netflix said no. It
Yeah.
passed because I got to make up a story because they're discriminating because they don't want my truth
What,
to get
yeah,
out
what did
there.
Schultz say? Schultz was like, the jokes were too edgy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they just only offered you $200,000. We all know what the deal is that they offered you.
No, what they discriminate against people whose eyes are too close together.
I know.
And that's
look,
the thing. And listen, if you want to
and-
support the people, fucking go watch it. This is a mission, y'all.
you and the guy from the kid from Sixth Sense. Who else has eyes close together?
It's just me. There's somebody famous who's got eyes too close together.
It's the kid from the Sixth Sense, right? Doesn't he
Yeah,
have
but there's
Joel-
another one somebody who I always reference. Can't remember right now. But yeah.
You know whose eyes are a little close together is Gypsy Rose.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
Yeah.
it's that her eyes are closed or
Yeah.
her nose is wide. I don't really know.
It could be a little bit of both. Yeah, she's a strange looking one. Yeah. That's
She
an
is.
interesting story.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
We're all kind of like, we love her. You go, girl. I'm like, do we?
yeah.
Go, girl.
We're kind of into.
And then the Menendez brothers are getting off,
They're getting off.
which I never thought would happen. They were
They're
such a
getting
big
off.
part of my childhood.
Yeah, they're getting off.
They
Well,
taught me that there's an option. As a kid, I went, you know what? I looked at my parents and went, there are options.
there's options. You better
there
be
are
nice.
options.
Well, their dad was a little extra.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
He was a little. I mean,
I don't think Candace Owens could get him off.
No, you can't get him off. I mean, he would when you're raping your own kids. I mean,
I know when you got
That's
that.
tough.
You're holding on to the like hair plugs you
Yeah.
gave them, and you're like banging out.
but then
your-
on the flip side, like that type of discipline did create a tennis star. You know, I don't want to say maybe it was Tiger Mom taking a little too far, but the abuse. You can't make omelets without breaking a few eggs.
you got to
but,
break a few eggs. You got to fuck a few sons.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
and the
mean,
mom, what was she gonna do?
What's she gonna do?
What was she gonna do?
What's she gonna do? What is she gonna do?
What could she possibly
Stop
do?
it?
She
Call
can't
someone?
stop
No,
it or
she can't
tell
stop
anyone.
it. That would be horrible.
That would be too much. What if he was
Yeah.
mad?
I mean, she took an oath when they got married that we're going to support each other no
and
matter
you're
what.
gonna bang my sons.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
gonna give
like-
you two beautiful budded sons.
in sickness and in health.
and they were
and-
wearing those cute little shorts
Yeah,
too.
during his shorts. And what he was doing was sick, but she took an oath in sickness
She
and in
said,
health.
"I can't.
Yeah.
What could I possibly do
Yeah.
besides get my head blown off?
what else could I do except allow it to happen?
I
allow
swear,
my
if
children
they turn,
to be abused.
yes, if they turn that thing on,
There's a
I could
learner.
literally. I mean, this could just be like deportation central right here.
Well, you could tell he's wearing a mask, and that is because
he wants to be like, I could be white.
yeah,
I could be white.
Hello, I'm from the Philippines. Manny Pacquiao. Hello, I'm from a different country. No, hello.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think that she. I think her hands were tied.
Yeah.
And she had to let it go. But those were cute little boys.
Yeah.
One of them's married. One of them's been married several times. One of them's been divorced. And that's so funny. They go through marriages and divorces in prison.
Well, you tell me about that. What is that about female psychology? These guys that go to prison, they get so much fan mail. I mean, even serial killers, like
the first,
women throw themselves at these guys that murder women.
yeah, I know. And I think maybe it's because we're like, thank you for like keeping our datelines fresh. We don't like when they're reruns. So thanks for killing all the bitches. Yeah, I don't know. It's very sick. It's very weird. The guy who's in jail for killing his wife and children, it was like in Colorado. Was it Utah or Colorado or something? And I'm not gonna lie, he's not a horrible looking guy, but
Right.
I mean, it
No
makes
Luigi,
him ugly.
though. No Luigi.
I mean, Luigi.
Luigi's gorgeous.
All of us want it. You all want to fight it. Everybody, men,
Gorgeous.
women, you want to
Guy's
fight it. And it's
gorgeous.
like, then he's just,
The ab. You're just like, what?
and the smile's like so much of his face.
Yeah.
You're not used to seeing half a face being just a beautiful smile like
and
that.
great big eyebrows, but manicured, threaded.
Somehow threaded in
Yeah.
prison.
Threaded. Yeah.
He got his toothbrush all shanked out just to do his eyebrows.
His eyebrows are always fleek.
I know he is short though.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Oh,
that's why
is he?
I think that's why he shot the guy. If he had been tall, he would have no problems.
Yeah. Short guys really have, they want to really,
Yeah, they said all
compensate.
of the bullets were going up.
uh,
I think can you look up how tall he is, Todd?
Luigi?
I think he's short. He reads short.
What is it? Luigi.
well, here's the thing,
Menu.
true crime is so popular. Like the most popular.
It's the best.
It's the most
number
popular
one,
thing.
most, yeah.
We're gonna run out of content. Like we have to keep. Some guys got to go out there and be like, I'm.
That's
gonna
what
be
I'm saying.
content
That's how
creators.
I feel like. I feel
Yeah.
like a serial killer. Like, thank you. We were like getting
He's
a little dry
5'11".
here.
Yeah,
What?
He's 5'11".
he's not short. He's not short.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
6 foot. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's tall.
He's not 5'11". He's
No,
not,
no, no, he's
yeah,
tall. He's 5'11".
Yeah, not short at all.
Oh, see, this is what would be
Now
bad
there's
for me.
nothing we can say
If
negative.
I was
about.
gonna be, if I was
Let
gonna
him
be,
off. Let him off.
let him off, and he can play himself in the movie because there's not gonna be anyone handsome enough to play
Oh, but this
him.
one says he's 5'9". It's just like
He's
everyone's
short.
just lying about their
He's short.
their height and shit.
He's short.
5'9" on the shorter side, but not squeak yet.
This one says 5'9", but
you
up
gotta go
here
5'7"
it says,
and under for squeak.
this one says 5'7".
He is short.
This one
I can
says
tell.
5'11".
He's not 5'11".
5'7", you're getting into the squeak realm.
Listen, Look
This
how
one says
short.
five.
he is.
Literally, it's like every single height they've put
He
up.
looks short.
Besides 6 foot, so he's probably short.
Well, look, if he's 5'11" and up, let him off.
Let him
he's
off.
shorter,
If he's
let him
short,
off.
he's a danger
Yeah.
to society. He's got some repressed emotions.
I
in
understand
there.
why he's hot to women though, because his beef is really with healthcare, so you feel safe with him.
You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's keeping the rosaries off our ovaries.
Yeah.
Look at him here. Why is he wearing like Abercrombie?
I
in
know,
the
and he
jail
does
cell?
have that kind of like hot chest. Like he's got like a good like chest and shoulder ratio. But then you look here and you go, this is the type of guy. Because there are hot homeless guys, but you
Yeah.
can make the eye contact and you go, oh no, I wasn't supposed to look at you.
Yeah.
You're bad. And he's a little
That's
Look
the
at that.
photo.
That's the
He's bi,
one.
too. He's
That's
bi.
the one. But that also could not be natural. He could have been juice in there,
yeah.
you know?
And then they stopped giving him the juice, and that's
Maybe
why
they
he shot
stopped
him
giving
up.
him steroids and maybe it was a roid rage thing.
It is fun when he yells, he gets mad.
Yeah.
And they don't like shave his head or cut his hair.
He's just in
either,
there
so it's
mewing.
growing
He's
out.
just in jail going,
But let's be honest. He is the best looking murderer in a long
well,
time.
no, they were always
Dude.
talking about fucking what's his name, saying how hot what was not Dahmer,
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy's
Not hot.
trash.
Yeah. I mean,
Trash
this
compared to
guy, I mean,
Reggie.
it's like when we saw who he was, we were all like, whoa.
Yeah.
And we also learned how easy it is for good looking people in this world.
No, it's
Because
like
you could murder someone and people are still like, come on.
it's
I know.
fine.
Let him go. Yeah.
And also, like the CEO wasn't like hideous.
Yeah.
He wasn't like hideous. Like
His
he
money
was like,
wasn't hideous either.
if he had worked out, and also it's like, why aren't you working out? Why aren't you like the guy that's trying to be young,
Yeah.
never die? The guy that has like no blood in his body. He's like so see through.
Yeah.
He's like,
But if-
I will live forever. You're like,
If he
okay.
was ugly, do you think the response would be what it would? I'm always curious about that.
If he was ugly, we would have heard one fucking thing about it. It would have been a blip. It would have been a blip. There would have been one day on Twitter,
Yeah.
and that would have been it. We
Yeah.
would not have revisited the trial. We would never have seen what he looked like in Orange.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have known. But now we're like, oh my God, do they have any other prison uniforms that are a little tighter? What if we tried out new prison uniforms? Prison re-uniform. That's my platform.
Yeah, we really, I mean, as a species, we really go for just the best looking people.
And you don't want to feel
Yeah.
that way, but okay. So we've recently watched all of Walking Dead, and I just watched.
Oh,
all
you guys
of
are in a full
Handmaid's
relationship.
Tale.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
shows. Yeah.
We watched Handmaid's Tale, and everyone's so ugly. All the women are like so ugly in it, and I have a theory that it's on purpose that they're all ugly because all the hot ones, like in these apocalyptic times, were just raped and murdered like right away. Like they were just raped to death. Like the second the guys were like, oh wait, we can just like f- the hot ones. They
Yeah.
just f- them to death, and the ones that are left are like the ones that are left.
Yeah.
Come on, Carl, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Elizabeth Moss is
true.
like the hottest woman on
Elizabeth
Earth.
Moss in Handmaid's Tale. These men are risking being hung in front of, like, they're dying. They're just, their dicks are dripping when she walks by. Like, she's so hot. We can't, we're going to risk our whole lives. Pull up a picture of Elizabeth Moss just
You
to
know what?
remind
You know
you what
what's
she
funny
looks
is
like.
like, I think you're right. I think that's kind of true.
Where the hot
Yeah.
ones would be dead.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of true.
They would be dead. Their pussies would be inside out,
Yeah.
laying dead on top of their bodies.
It's
Their
unfortunate.
assholes blasted out.
It's horrible.
They'd have no mouths. They just have like a hole where their mouth was.
Yeah.
This is the girl that they're all like, we will die for her. Now look at her.
Yeah.
They're always like,
Not traditionally beautiful.
she's a Scientologist. This is what Scientology tries
Is
to
she a
do.
Scientologist?
Mhm.
Big one.
Yeah. This is for sucking, not for talking.
I know.
That's
Can you
the motto.
imagine?
That
Yeah,
is
this
the
is like
motto.
her in this season now. She's
I miss
like,
when Scientologists were like loud and proud.
Well, Danny Masterson learned the hard way.
He may be being loud, but we're never going to hear it.
He learned the hard way. Boy,
And he's
got
certainly
the-
being proud because he is in a homosexual relationship. At least his asshole is at this point.
Dude, he got the book thrown at him. I mean,
Yeah.
he's in prison for 30 years.
But and then you go, God, this must be really bad.
Must be really bad.
I heard a thing where Laura Prepon, so she says that she left the Scientology church a while ago, but who knows? But so she is in trouble for one of the girls that accused him of, and this was like hold down violent, I guess, I'm assuming. And not the cute kind. Not the like fluffier cute kind. Not the like in your 20s when you're just in your Para.
Was it right?
When you're like 20 to like 23, you're just kind of like, it's like you're.
I didn't know
If
there was
you're
different levels of
You're
it.
like drunk, you get
Yeah.
raped a little. But then there's like the violent ones where you're like, there wasn't even alcohol involved. You know, I wasn't even wearing a short skirt. But so this girl, I guess she came out to the church. You're not allowed to go to the authorities or you'll get kicked out of Scientology. So she went to the top of Scientology and was like, Danny Masterson is raping me and my friends or whatever. And so then those girls get in trouble. Scientology is like, hush up, bitch.
This is for sucking, not for talking.
Yes, exactly. Get on your knees.
Yeah.
Scrub the floor of the boat. For instance, they're always on a boat.
They're always on some orchard
There's like
boat.
some ships. Like
Yeah.
where? Anyway, so then they punish her by making her go to these different classes, these different courses in Scientology to learn to shut your fucking mouth, but open it, but shut it.
Yeah.
And cover those teeth.
Yeah.
But so Laura Prepon was like in her car outside one of these classes when the girl was coming out. And she was like, hey, what are you in class for? And that is actually a threat to her because if it was like a threat of, it was like witness tampering basically, because in Scientology, if you mention, like if she were to go to Laura Prepon and be like, oh, well, it's because of the Danny Masterson thing, she's out of the church. Because that's like gossiping about another celebrity to another celebrity or whatever. If she said anything about, oh, I'm taking those courses you know about, she's out. So she just had to be like, oh, I'm just having a fun night. So they were like, how do these little traps and stuff? So I watched a YouTube documentary. I don't know if I gave any information, but I know something, if you know what I'm saying.
You tuned into the Masterson
But
files.
I didn't really like hear the Masterson part. I just heard the Laura Prepon part.
I know Baju Phillips was his wife.
Yes.
And
Baju.
Bijou? Bijou Banton?
I think it is. I think it's like Bijou.
Bijou?
Busy or
Bijou Phillips?
Bijou. I know.
That's got to be tough. for her. I
When
feel
you're just
bad
like,
for her.
mm.
It's like your husband's, and they have kids or something? Gone away for 30 years.
Look up Busy Phillips or
Yeah,
Bijou. whatever.
Bijou Phillips.
I mean, that's
What,
got to
her
be tough for
kids?
him. I might be a serial rapist too if I had to pronounce that name every
Yeah,
day.
that's a tough one. Bijou. No, that's Boozy. That's a different one.
Oh, no,
yeah, that's a different.
Bijou. I thought you
Is
said
there a
busy.
different one?
Yeah, Boozy. Well, Boozy Phillips.
Busy Phillips.
Busy. I didn't.
I've
even
met a
know.
Boozy
Yeah.
Phillips before.
I think it's Bijou.
let me
Bijuh or something.
Yeah,
You
no,
Yeah,
not
is
this
busy,
one.
Philip.
You remember
We
when
met her at Whitney's house. Were you
I-
there? No, that was a girls'
J-
party.
Do you remember when Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis did the video for him?
Oh,
And so that means two things. That means either Ashton Kutcher is a fucking ride or die
right.
friend,
Yeah.
or he did some horrible shit too. And he's
Yeah.
like,
He doesn't want him to speak on it, but he's definitely done horrible shit because did you see all the P. Diddy stuff? Like, did you see they went over his Hot Ones? Ashton Kutcher's on Hot Ones, and this is
Yeah.
before obviously Diddy was exposed, but he was like, tell us, Sean or whatever his name was, like, tell us stories from the P. Diddy parties. And he goes, oh, can't tell that one. And he's like, well, tell some story. He goes, can't tell that one. And he's just doing that over and over again. And he does that the whole interview where he doesn't give any story. He can't tell any
Wow.
stories. And it's like, okay, that's not like, we're not talking about Coke. We're talking
Right.
about like fucking kids and shit.
Yeah. Wow.
Very weird.
Yeah. Because that.
Do you think there's any way Diddy gets off?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know. Kid Cudi, I had that here.
I think there's a way because
He's testifying.
all he has
now.
to prove is that he didn't. What is he? All he has to prove is he didn't traffic, right? I think it's trafficking. He's on trial
But
for,
it's also like assault and.
but he's not on trial
I
for
know. And then the
domestic
Cassie
abuse.
thing, like her testimony was like more about like feeling like she had to and feeling afraid and feeling. And
She did get tuned up. I mean, he tuned her up. Yeah,
Oh my God.
but he's
she
not
got
on trial for that,
fucked
which
up.
is why he's not on trial for that. I don't know why.
I know. In her testimony, some of the stuff that I saw, I mean, it's like horrible, but it is hard to prove like feeling pressured into stuff.
because she was an adult. Yeah,
right.
you
I
like,
know.
did
And that's
she-
what's happening with the Harvey thing too, where you're like,
Yeah.
did you watch any of that? It's kind of crazy.
No, I don't get into that stuff.
It's
too much,
really,
yeah.
it's a lot.
Yeah,
What's
look,
going
Kid
on with
Cudi
that?
testified Diddy Combs broke into his home at sex trafficking trial.
Oh, because
He like tried to blow up his car.
were they dating? Kid Cudi and her were dating at some
And
point.
Right.
Cassie?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
he did it as
he went
revenge?
on the stand and was like, "Yeah, he tried to blow up my car."
I just get the feeling that Sean Combs isn't that cool of a. He's not that.
Yes.
He's not that swell of a dude.
Yeah.
He's just not swell. He's not a swell guy. I think he's just someone where you go like, look, that guy's a little bit of a dick.
Do you think Biggie just hated him the whole time?
He
Do you think
probably
Biggie was
killed
like, this
Biggie.
guy's so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably had
I know, of course.
because he had like tracks ready to go as soon as he
Oh,
was
no,
dead.
I remember thinking
we
that
got
when
an
I was
album.
so little when
Yeah.
they came out. I remember being at camp and being like, he definitely killed him,
He
right?
did not even wait for the body to get cold.
Oh, it was wild.
But
Had his
and
wife on there and shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, you're
and then
dirty.
the album was called like Life After Death. You're going
Yeah.
like, this dude just got him out of the way and made money. And also maybe he didn't like that Biggie was upstaging him a little bit because Biggie was like so beloved. So I don't know
Yeah.
how some people's psychology is. You just like, I don't know.
I'm
maybe
trying to think of
that's-
who. I'm trying to make it a Patrice reference, like who killed Patrice. That was feeling like they were upstaged Jim Norton.
Jim Norton probably. Yeah. Is Jim Norton named
It was
diabetes?
It was Anthony. Oh God. Have you done the Patrice event?
no.
I've never done it either, but I didn't meet him. And then you see like the lineups and you're like, I don't want to be rude, but of what I know of Patrice,
Yeah.
he would not want that person there, that person there. Like he would hate that person. You're like, who is booking this show? It's like whoever's booking like at midnight is booking that show. You're like, what are you doing? Why are like alt comics on there?
It's a real nice thing, I guess, that Burr did for his family. But you think Burr at some points go like, how many of these fucking things?
I know.
When are we even?
I'm like, why? You could do one for maybe one kid in Gaza or Israel. Or,
But it's a
Everyone's
great
like,
thing. Yeah.
no,
it's
it is
It's
cute.
a nice thing.
I like
Yeah.
seeing Vaughn. I'm like, Vaughn, let me see your new purse.
Yeah.
How'd your benefit go? No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I do love her though. She's a
Is she
sweet
still
angel.
doing? She does comedy, right?
I just saw her. I think she might even live out here. I don't know. I saw her just like very briefly in the hallway at the Comedy Store a couple months ago. I didn't get to talk to her, but
Yeah.
she's a gorgeous, beautiful girl, and I do enjoy seeing her.
Yeah, she's great. I don't know her. But she's
Love
great.
seeing her walk away too. Nice big fat ass.
Yeah, she does.
No, she's cool. But do you have anything you want to discuss?
No, just go watch my special called Property Owner on YouTube.
Oh, did we hear
And-
any tidbits about it? Maybe something a little bit about the pipes and how the water has to be softened.
Well, yeah, it's all about
It's a lot of
home ownership.
softening water.
So, you got to make sure your deck is good.
This is going to be educational. I like
Yeah,
this.
don't you hate it when the raccoons get into your garbage cans at night? Well, I got a couple of good tips on how to get yourself a carpenter to build a wood thing that locks those things out. Keep those critters
I
out
don't
of your
like you
garbage.
making fun of Nate Bargatze's entire career.
Yeah.
How annoying is it that Nate is such a like everything he says is so funny, and I'm like Nate. He would like try to give me. We'd be hanging out or talking or something, and he'd be like, "You should do that as a bit."
Yeah.
And I go, "Okay, Nate, how would you say it?"
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, "I want you to hear me say it the way you said it,
Yeah.
and how not funny it is when I say it,
Yeah.
and how when you say it, you just are one of those people that things just come out so fucking funny from your
Yeah,
mouth.
it's his energy.
Yeah,
his
your
charisma.
delivery.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just a sentence when I say it,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking sentence.
It's a sentence when he says it. It's just
It's just
funny.
funny as
Yeah.
fuck.
It's still just a sentence. But it just
I'm like
comes
learning
out
English.
funny. Yeah.
I
He's
learned
just
so
got a-
much from you.
He's got a funny
Oh, he's just
energy.
funny.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah, and he's the biggest comedian in America now.
That's our boy, and
Yeah.
he used to not be.
I had a podcast with him, so you know how I feel.
It is crazy when like we always knew you were going to be successful. Wow, that's successful.
I'm texting him now, like, "Hey Nate, we should rekindle."
I'm honored. I'm honored when
Yeah.
he texts me back. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
please still text me back. Thank you.
I still talk to him. He's still the same.
He's the best.
He's still the same guy.
Every time I see him, I
same
say that.
guy staying in a private jet. I mean, same guy.
Oh, we saw him
but
in
the same guy.
Vegas, and his sister was there.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, wait, it was like end of night. And his sister, I'm like, this is pretty awesome, huh? Your brother's fucking rich. She goes, it's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, that must be so annoying when your brother gets that rich.
So rich.
You're like, I mean, it's cool, but it's like beyond, like you can't ever do anything on your schedule because your schedule's never going to be like,
Yeah.
if I move something, I'm going to lose $1 million, like $1 million tonight.
He'll always seem like a guy who won the lotto, though.
Right.
Because he's dad's a clown and
Yeah.
he talks like, "What's going on?
Yeah.
Let's go to Applebee's." And like, he'll always seem like a guy who won the lotto because he's so filthy fucking rich.
No, it's crazy how rich he is.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know you could end up making that much
no,
money in comedy
it changes
in
every
a year.
It changes
You're like, what
everything.
the
We thought we were like, no, we just want to be on the road.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. When I told my brother, who's not in comedy, what Nate made last year, it took him like 10 minutes. He was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He like didn't understand. I'm like, yeah. He's like, what? And he's
Yeah.
like, he talked? I was like, yeah. It's like he couldn't understand that he's not the Rolling Stones
Right,
or
yeah.
Lady Gaga. And I was like, yeah, no, that's
No,
what it
he's
is.
a family-friendly
Yeah.
comedian. I mean, who knew?
Who knew comedy
knew?
was going to get this big?
It's very, very,
Yeah.
very. It's a wild situation.
It was just like Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams, and then everyone else was just like at Go Bananas.
because would
Now
doing
it's,
whippets.
Yeah. Now
Um,
people are doing crowd work in 3,000 seat arenas. What's going on, man? Look at you face.
I know.
The
I
crowd's
just.
going.
I remember
like they're
getting-
watching the Beatles.
I remember getting off the phone with my agent like 3 years ago, and he was like, I don't know, he was saying something that was annoying, talking about ticket sales or something, right? And I'm like, just trying to get off the phone. I just go, well, when I'm in arenas, we won't have to worry about this anymore. And he goes, you can't do crowd work in arenas. And I was like, first of all, I'm not a crowd work comic. I was so mad at him, and I was like, F you. And then literally like 2 days later, it's just arenas filled with crowd work everywhere. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you fucking scumbag.
yeah.
But it's just nobody knows anything. It's wild what happens in comedy. It's wild the new things that open up.
Yeah, I mean, just
Well, like the most amount of money we could make when we first were like on the scene together, I would say like the most money you could make would be like,
No, when we were doing that daily thing, I was getting 500 a week. I
Oh,
was like,
Rick.
what? I was
shut.
all
I
in.
forgot we did that together.
I was going to prep manger, getting a
Oh.
fucking sandwich, $8. I was like, what?
No. Everyone was so jealous
Yeah.
too. Everyone was always like, well, what if I did like, I remember girls would be like, well, what if I just came in and I'll do like the housewives? I was like, no, I'll probably do them. And people were like, well, just like bring me in with you. And I'm like, nah, I got it covered.
Yeah, I
It's
couldn't
good.
believe I was getting 500.
No,
a week.
it was
It
crazy.
was great. Yeah.
And it was fun because it was our own jokes and stuff.
It
We could
was
do
just-
whatever we wanted.
You just wrote the thing and then $500. I was like,
My
I am
Bachelor
fucking
recap
rich.
videos. And then if I just kept doing that, by the way,
Yeah.
I would be
If
a
you just-
multi. If I just
Yeah.
kept doing that specific thing.
If you did that specifically, did it on your own, create a YouTube channel there, it would be fucking massive right
Meanwhile,
now.
if you find the things I said on that YouTube channel now,
Yeah.
not good. I was saying left and right. I would just be like, I just was convinced one contestant on the
Yeah.
on The Bachelor was a
I mean-
trans girl, and I was just calling her the entire time.
I was
trying to-
back then. So,
No, you were.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I was so, yeah, it's a different
And now
time.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is
It's a
there a
different time.
world where Mauricia is still around?
I still, once in a while, will do her. And
Is there
people
like
still
is the
come.
audience is still there for her?
Still love her. Yeah.
They're probably kind of pissed she's not
They're
there.
all a little older now, so I kind of do feel like a freestyle band from like from the 90s. You know those freestyle music, sort of like take me. So I feel like you see Puerto Rican women, they're all a little fatter now, they're all a little older, and
It looks a little too much like him, the
they-
character.
Yeah, they just
You gotta have her like hurt her back more.
Yeah, it's just an older crowd. They've all grown up. They used to be when I first started doing it. The women were so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all young women, and now they're all in 40s,
It's
50s.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's been
It's
a
so
long
weird.
time. It was 2010, 11 I created her, so it was
It
like
doesn't
15
feel
years
that
ago.
long ago. I remember doing your roast was so fun at the Creek in the Cave.
Oh yeah, I
That
got
was
so
fun.
drunk. I got so drunk for that.
I'm trying to remember some of my jokes.
Joe List had a great one.
What was it?
Joe List said, "People call Yannis a genius. Says if all you got to do to become a genius is put on a dress and say the N-word, then my mother's a genius."
Because that was the height of Mauricio too. We were basically roasting her, and then you were there.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like
fun.
the first. That was nobody in the scene had something go viral,
Right.
And like, so everyone was kind of like, "What's this?"
Yeah,
Everyone
it was
like, well, how
very
does this
weird.
happen?
Yeah, how does this?
What's going on? And I was like, "Guys, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you want me to keep the puppet in the closet?
Am
Or
I?
I'm gonna go fucking work this wig for
No,
money."
and by the way, we were assholes to everyone. I think about it. Do you remember that kid, Morgan Ventachinque? His name is Morgan J now.
Yeah,
You remember him?
nice kid. I like him.
Okay.
Good guy.
He does
He's
guitar
huge.
comedy now, and he's
Yeah,
huge.
Huge.
He's
Yeah.
huge.
If he had dared bring
Back
a
then.
guitar out, we
Oh,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
bullied him.
Yeah.
We would have flushed his head down the toilet. We'd be
Yeah.
like, you fucking loser, you're never gonna make it.
Yeah.
And he's richer than us all. It's like,
Yeah.
it is just like, you can't hinder other people's cringe.
No, you gotta. Yeah.
let
just find
people
your
like
thing.
go through
Yeah.
the cringe and
Yeah.
then find what their voice
Just
is.
find your thing. Get that money.
Get that money. And I will be
Because-
starting a cult, guys. So if you do want to join my cult, comment below.
It's not a bad idea. It's actually not a bad
if you
idea.
can convince yourself, you have to convince yourself that you're helping.
Yeah.
And you have to, your why has to be like, I'm helping.
You got to brand them.
Yes.
You got to brand them. You know
What
that?
will it
What was
be?
that? Like tattoo or
Yeah,
brand?
yeah. No, brand's better.
Brand. That was
Tattoo's
the
like
Nixon
pussy shit,
thing. They
yeah.
were branding their vaginas.
Branding is definitely a little taint branding.
Yeah.
I want to kind of fuse your pussies a little smaller too. Like, why don't we do like we'll do a brand kind of higher up so it just tightens it
Yeah.
a little bit. We'll fuse it together.
Yeah.
Then the boys will join my cult too.
If you can mix comedy and self-help in a way, I think it's a great idea.
It's just really
Women eat that shit up.
I know it's hard
Yeah.
to not make fun of it though.
Maybe you do like a younger, girls how to get a younger good guy.
A younger guy, you got to go
Yeah.
into the basement. You
Yeah.
got to pluck him.
Is there a name? Because I know this generation has zaddies, daddies, and what like
Zombie.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
create,
I don't know.
create
You got to
one.
make the name.
Yeah, you make it the name, and then that's your thing.
Zombies.
Yeah, ladies, go out there and get yourself a
Zombie
zombie.
mommy.
Zombie.
Or wait, what would he be? What's his name? You mean?
Yeah,
The
that's what I'm
young
saying.
dick?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Young
Yeah,
dick.
go get yourself a yick.
Go
A
get
yick.
Go get
Young
young
dick.
young dick. Girlies, get
A
that yick.
Yenis.
Yeah,
Yenis.
come on, you can do it.
I'm learning from Mauricio.
Yeah, no more zaddies, no more zaddies. We doing the yickies. Get yourself that
That's
yicky,
it,
yicky,
that's
yicky. That's it, yickies.
I know you were like the first person that could really sell merch.
Tickets too. It was like crazy the first year, like 10,000 in the first year in New York.
Now, what would your quality of life be if you had been?
If I just
Giannis is gone.
Yeah.
And I'm full time Mauricio.
Dude, I should have done it. I should have done it.
What made you not do it?
I don't know. I didn't think of it. I just,
You're just
know,
like,
I
oh,
was
it's a small thing I do.
yeah,
it's
I
just a little
was
thing I do.
stand up. I was always a stand up, and it got created in that. So I was just kept doing stand up.
But it's like, is Adam Ray going to go into 4 hours of makeup for the rest of his life?
right
Just
now
like,
he
is that?
should.
No, I know, but he's got to do it. I know. I don't want him to
Because
stop.
I'll
but
tell
it's
you, Adam Ray is at Go Bananas. The fake Dr. Phil is at the fucking Orpheum.
Yes, yes.
So until people, you got to milk it while people are interested.
Yes. What
Yeah.
a horrible thing to know that we have to just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze.
You got to squeeze. You got to squeeze.
We got to squeeze the juice.
While it's hot, you squeeze it.
I got to be a character.
Do a character, yeah. I like the cult leader shit, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I like
well,
that.
the Patreon's kind of the cult leader.
I
We
like the
say
yick.
follow the light.
Yick ladies, call them your yick girls.
And he does everything for me.
Your
That's
yick
right.
posse?
You find a youngin that does everything. You
Yeah.
do nothing.
Get yourself a yicky, guys.
Do a yicky. You do nothing. We said we're life princesses. I'm
Yeah.
a princess in life.
Welcome to the Yicky Outer with Annie. What's
Yicky
up?
hour.
Here's my yick. Yick.
I don't drink. You guys you can drink alcohol, but not
Yeah.
me.
Red Bull.
I have to be here for you.
I
But
think it's a good
okay.
idea.
All right. Watch a special June 1st. June
Yeah.
1, he calls it.
June 1. Go to June 1 on YouTube.
June 1.
Property owner.
June 1.
Check out the History Hyenas,
June
y'all.
1.
And you.
History Hyenas, you guys,
Yeah.
back by popular demand.
Yeah. We worked it out. It's great.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Do you feel like stronger?
We're stronger.
Stronger than ever?
We're stronger.
Guys, everyone thinks podcasting is easy, and it's so funny because it can be, but sometimes it's just not.
Well, I think a lot of people that tried to start one now know that.
Yes.
It was these past couple of years, everyone started, and yeah, it's not easy to get something that connects.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
then when you get
easy.
something to connect, it's sometimes behind the scenes. It doesn't connect. Sometimes behind the scenes, you're like, I don't know if I'll survive. Really, am I dying?
Did you know that like Laurel and Hardy hated each other?
I think I kind of only want to talk to people about this
Yeah.
ever because I ran into Adam Devine on a airplane, and I was like, "You guys like really?" And he goes, "We love each other," and I go, "Ugh." It's like makes me mad. I'm like,
Yeah.
"You guys don't fucking hate each other's guts
Yeah.
because we love each other. We talk on the phone. We love each other."
That's great. I think the Jokers like each other.
Uh,
Well,
Ooh, Ah.
Well,
Ah.
yeah, it was a good time.
It was a good
Thanks
time.
for having me.
Of course, thanks for coming.
And Randy, thanks.
That was
Randy
actually
was here
so
the whole
cute. Did you see
time.
what was going on with Randy?
I did. It was so cute.
It was so sweet. He loves guys. He loves to just be like a boy. Aww. Do you love Yanni? There we go. That's the end of the podcast, I guess.